There is a level of discipline that makes people look at you with genuine awe, and today you'll discover exactly how to forge it. Have you ever seen that person who never fails? Not the lucky ones, but the ones who seem to have replaced their nervous system with cold, hard iron. They wake up every day at the exact same time, perform the same high-level habits, and simply never stop while everyone else is still hitting the snooze button. While everyone else is giving up by the third week of January, they keep moving forward. While everyone else is making excuses about the weather or their lack of motivation, they show up and they deliver. And you know what people say about them? They say, "That's not normal. He's on another level. He's a machine." There is an ancient framework used by the elite performers of the North that produces exactly this kind of incredible consistency. They call it the Iron Mind, a philosophy of total cognitive focus where the practice sustains itself. Once you understand the mechanics of how it works, you will never break a commitment to yourself again. But there's a catch. This system isn't a life hack. It is a system of total transformation. It requires you to phase out a part of yourself you never knew existed, the part that believes you have a choice in the moment of action. Before I show you the mechanics of the Iron Mind, subscribe to the channel and strike the notification bell. This is the first video of a new saga, and I want you here from day one. Let's begin. Phase 1. The Awakening of the Performer. The story I'm about to tell you happened to a high-level software architect named Viggo. He was brilliant and successful, but Viggo lived with a private challenge. He was a starter, but never a finisher. He was a slave to his own moods. He had a bookshelf full of unread wisdom, and a gym membership he'd used 4 times in 6 months. His pattern was predictable. Monday, total fire in his blood. Wednesday, the first mental negotiation would begin. I worked hard Monday, I can take it easy today. Friday, complete surrender. Sunday, empty promises about the next week. Viggo was fighting something he couldn't even imagine, the very evolutionary architecture of his brain. He thought he was lazy, but the truth was more clinical. He was trapped in a dopamine negotiation loop. Every time he faced a hard task, his brain offered him an out, and he took it. He was a follower of his own comfort. Until the day he discovered why the elite guardians of the North could stand watch in a freezing gale for 100 nights without missing a second. It wasn't willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. It was something much deeper, the removal of the internal negotiator. Phase 2, the Identity Gate. In the strongholds of the North, there was a rule that changed the nature of a person, the Iron Mind. It means continuous practice without gaps. You understand the weight of that. It means that for centuries, at the exact hour of the wolf, the coldest, darkest part of the night, a signal blew at the fortress of Jarmsborg. And for centuries, every single person woke up. Not a breath early, not a breath late. Exactly at the signal. In that hall, no one lay in their furs thinking, maybe I'll skip today. The question simply didn't exist. Why? Because they understood the identity gate. Your brain categorizes every commitment into 2 boxes, negotiable or irreversible. Evolutionary psychologists studying high-performance units today have found that when you make a behavior public, your primitive brain interprets failure as a social threat. Our ancestors who lost status in the community faced extreme hardship. Your brain still carries that instinct. Viggo realized his private promises were easy to break because there was no social cost. So he stopped making private whispers and started making public commitments. He didn't just try a new routine. He declared to his entire network, I am a person who executes 40 minutes of deep code focus at 5 a.m. for 90 consecutive days. This is my standard. The thought of admitting he had surrendered was now more uncomfortable than the work itself. He had successfully aligned his habits with his survival instinct. Phase 3. The Focus Stronghold. Viggo chose 5 a.m. because at 5 a.m. the digital world is quiet. In the modern world, your attention is a resource being mined. At 9 a.m., the emails flood in. By noon, your willpower is already spent fighting off distractions. The 5 a.m. hour is your focus stronghold. It is the only time when no pings, no emails, and no demands from society can reach you. This wasn't about optimization, it was about elimination. Clearing the path so there was no way to retreat into the comfort of a busy, distracted day. By the second week, something shifted. His boots hit the floor before his conscious mind even stirred. This is what most people miss about fixed hours. It removes time as a variable. When you do something at different times every day, you are asking your brain to make a new decision every time. Should I do it now? Each question burns a tiny bit of your cognitive fuel. When the hour is fixed, the clock does the task for you. Phase 4. The one-way. Most people think variety keeps things fresh. They are wrong. Variety is where consistency fades. Every small decision, should I do this exercise or that one? Which book should I read? Is a crack in your focus. Viggo locked his strategy tight. He created a modular loop of 400 words of study, 20 minutes of the stillness, and 20 repetitions of a physical drill. He did them in the same order, with the same timer, for 90 days. He became incredibly efficient. An MIT researcher studying the basal ganglia, the part of the brain responsible for habits, found that after approximately 66 days of identical repetition, the behavior becomes automatic. You are no longer deciding to move. Your body is moving itself. You are a passenger in a high-performance machine. On day 40, Viggo caught a cold. On day 45, he had to travel across 3 time zones. This is where the gap usually opens. And in that gap, the old, hesitant self crawls back in to take control. Phase 5. The Philosophy of No Gaps. The all-or-nothing lie has stalled more progress than laziness ever could. You tell yourself, if I can't do the full session, what's the point? That is the logic of a retreat. A river never stops flowing during a drought. It may become a trickle, but it never stops. The moment it stops, it is no longer a river. Viggo arrived at the airport at 4 a.m. He was exhausted. In the old days, he would have said, "This is a travel day, I'll skip." But Viggo was under the oath of the Iron Mind. He did his drills in the terminal. He practiced the stillness while standing in the security line. Nothing was perfect, but the momentum was unbroken. This is the secret. The intensity of the action matters less than the continuity of the rhythm. When people start saying your discipline is too much, you know you've won. You are becoming unbreakable. Phase 6. The Shield Wall. Obstacles aren't accidents, they are inevitable. Your car breaks down. Your boss demands overtime. These are the moments where motivation fades. The high performers of the North operated for centuries because they didn't make decisions during a crisis. They had preset responses. If the training hall flooded, they moved to the courtyard. No discussion. Viggo wrote down every ambush that had ever broken him in the past and forged a strategy for each. The late night response. If I am kept late, I still do 1 minute of focus before bed. The health response. If I am under the weather, the goal shifts to maintenance, 1 repetition, 1 page, 1 minute. The travel response. My tools are always in my bag. No excuses. By pre-deciding his actions, he removed decision fatigue. When the obstacle appeared, the response was automatic. Phase 7, the final transformation. When your discipline makes others take notice, you are finally operating at the right level. They might tell you to slow down, so they can feel better about standing still. View those words as a sign of progress. When you implement the iron mind, the public commitment, the fixed stronghold hour, the power of repetition, and the preset responses, you aren't just improving your life. You are phasing out the old, reactive self and birthing a leader. This is the first video on this channel, and we are building a stronghold for those who refuse to be normal. If you are tired of the cycle of broken promises and you're ready to forge an unbreakable standard, you belong here. Your first act of the iron mind begins now. Do not leave this video without making your public commitment. Tell the world in the comments, what is the one habit you are locking into your 5 a.m. stronghold for the next 90 days? Write it down. Make it irreversible. Subscribe and join us as we document the journey of the unbreakable. This is just the beginning of the saga. I'm glad you're here for day 1. Remember, the consistency that inspires others is the only consistency worth having. I'll see you in the next video.